Om. Namaste. Hope to see you all again. Between the last meeting and this meeting, on a sudden call, we had to take a tour of West India for about 8 days. Our earlier fixed tour of Rameshwaram, Madurai, we did not take up for obvious reasons. On the same day for which we had fixed the spiritual tour for Madurai, Rameshwaram, and so on and so forth places, there was a sudden call and we had to take another spiritual tour. Suddenly, miraculously, 21 people joined and we went to various spiritual places. Covering Ahmedabad, Akshardham temple in Ahmedabad, ISKCON temple, coming to Vadodara, again there visiting Sri Krishna temple, again visiting another ISKCON temple, Darkoji temple, one of the Panchadwaraka, Ranchod Raj temple of Sri Krishna, Gomti Talab, Dwaraka main temple of Sri Krishna, Adi Shankaracharya Mutt of Dwaraka, Pandava Padas, Chitratirth Samudra Narayan temple, Panchanada Tirth, Nrigagund, having holy bath at Gomti Ghat, Gomti river, which confluences at Arabian Sea, Rukmani Devi temple, Bettudorga, Gopi Talab, Nageshwar Mahadev, one of the 12 Jyotirlingas, Mooldaraka, Jambavan's cave, where during Mahabharata there was a wrestling between Jambavan, the bear, and Sri Krishna for a very long time. Sudamapuri, Sudama's palace, Somnath main temple, one of the Jyotirlingas, again, Somnath old temple, Gayatri Devi temple, Surya Mandir, Ram Mandir, Inglaji Mata, the Kuladevi of Panchapandavas, who is seated in a very narrow cave. This is a very small, narrow cave. You will have to kneel down, bend your head and approach the Devi. But it is said this is also one of the Shaktipita. Another Inglaji Mata temple is said to be in Pakistan. Gita Mandir, Goloka, where Sri Krishna departed to the Goloka after Balarama, Baladev Gufa. Here from only Sri Krishna leaves for the abode. Lakshmi Narayan Mandir, Banganga, where inside the sea there is a Shivalinga. Balka Tirtha, where Sri Krishna was hit on his toe by Jara, the hunter. And finally we reached Nishkalank Mahadev. This is a very special Shivalingas. 5 Shivalingas installed by Panchapandavas in order to atone the sins committed by them on the advice of Sri Krishna. This you will have to walk almost a kilometer or 3/4 of the kilometer inside the sea. But the peculiar part of it is only 6 hours during different times. 6 hours during different times, 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 6 We do not know which time it is. The sea will withdraw the water. At that time, we will have to go inside, and within 6 hours, we will have to walk and come back. As the water goes inside the sea, we will have to walk, and as the water starts increasing, we have to be out. This is a very dangerous zone, but still we went there and did a elaborate Abhishekam Puja as per our own traditional methods, and with this we completed our 8 days of Gujarat tour. Probably if members are interested, we may be taking some members in a special tour for these places which one should not miss in their life under any cost. Apart from this, today we are going to discuss about the grace of the divinity, how the grace is showered on us. We had made up a tour of Rameshwaram and Madurai with some of the members. For obvious reasons, we could not take up the tour and we had no other plan. Suddenly there was a call that we thought as grace of Almighty, grace of Devi, grace of divinity. Apart from this, how the grace falls on the individuals, we will have to little more deeply understand. Last time we saw the ring in the sky. Continuing with that, the Abhirami Bhattar, the poor Prohit, the poor Shastri, the poor temple priest uttered to the king that today is full moon day, whereas it was a new moon day or Amavasya, where the sky will be dark with the absence of the moon or the moon god or the moon planet. How the Devi was able to light the sky is the question now, because this has not happened thousands of years back. It is not a hearsay story. The Tanjavur Maharaja, the Sarfoji I, who was ruling the Tanjavur Samasthanam as a legal heir, besides giving acres of land to the temple priest Abhirami Bhatt or Abhirami Bhattar, he also conferred a special status as Abhirami Bhattar on the temple priest. It was a mistake or misspelt by the temple priest, declaring that day to be the new moon day or Amavasya day, whereas practically it was a full moon day or Poornami. The Abhirami Bhattar's unstained devotion towards the Devi Abhirami is not at all questionable. But somewhere some off-minded who are poor in their intelligence, poor in their wisdom, had to cast some kind of shadow over him as a mentally retarded person. The same message was carried to the king also. As a result, when the Abhirami Bhattar was in full of enlightenment with a set of rituals for one full month of the Poornami to Poornami, every moment he spent with the Devi, every moment he spent his time with worshipping the Devi, he felt every day was Poornami for him, because the day on Poornami when he went for worshipping her, at that time the time stops for him. There is no space, there is no time for him, because he is totally engrossed with the Devi's worship. As a result, subconsciously, his whole being is filled with Poornami, 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 and the inner light is burning within the temple priest Subramanya Shastri or Subramanya Iyer or Subramanyam, or in whichever way we call. This being the fact, now the only option for the priest was to plead with his innocence. The priest was not an innocent. He did not deliberately tell to the king that it is a new moon day. It was out of devotion. When he was totally engrossed, he had to spell out so. This angered the king. But here one thing we will have to note. Attending to the call of the priest, attending to the devout disciple of Devi, attending to the devout worshipper of the Devi, attending to the devout bhakta of the Devi, she comes to his rescue and she converts the new moon day as full moon day or Poornami. There is a sudden transformation in the sky from a no moon or new moon day to a full moon day. Here the essence of the bhakti, what we need to understand is the sun and the moon as of that day, that is the new moon day or no moon day, are close to each other. But appearing before the bhakta, appearing before the disciple, appearing before the worshipper, that to a very ardent devotee, the Mata, Devi, Abhirami will not let down anybody. What she does, she takes her earring and throws into the sky. As a result, in the Andasarasara, in the cosmos, the sun and the moon are torn apart. From the very closeness, they are going far away. It is not a small phenomenon happening in the sky. It is not happening only within the Abhirami temple or Tirukadiyur place. It has happened to the entire universe. Wherever there was Amavasya, in that particular place, the Poornami appears. That means in that particular place, all over the world, the sun and the moon are opposite to each other. Here, for the sake of bhakta, what sacrifice Ma, Devi, Abhirami did? In order to attain the Sumangli Kataksha, in order to remain as a married divinity, the married woman never removes her ear stud at all. It is considered as not Saubhagya, Asaubhagya. As a result, in Sanatana Dharma, it is a tradition that a married woman, which includes married divinity, the consort of Shiva, removing the ear stud would be presumed that the longevity of her husband is under question. Earlier, the longevity of Shiva was in question as a result of consuming the poison from the Samudra Manthan. Somehow he held the poison and become Nilakanta. Now, the second time, by removing the ear stud, there is a question of longevity for Shiva himself. When Shiva disappears, nothing is present, and present becomes past and past becomes nothing. This is the reality. In order to save the devotee, that to an ardent devotee, Devi Abhirami had to act and show her presence by converting the darkness into light. That darkness into light, that transformation, those members who are participating in Samyama can achieve over a period of time or instantly, or can transform their life from utter darkness to enlightenment. The inner glow will start happening gradually or immediately, according to your participation, according to your will, according to your wish, and according to your dedication and according to your trust on the Devi. So, imbibing the essence of these incidents, we shall involve ourselves in today's Samyama. Let us do Dhyana, Dharana, and get into Samadhi on Nishkalank Mahadev on one side, that is the impeccable, the unblemished or blemish free, with no doshas, thoroughbred or spotless, defectless Shiva, or defectless grace on the devotees. On other side, a poor devotee with full of bhakti, with all sorts of allegations. One side Shiva, one side Devi, keeping the Purusha and Prakruti, the Nishkalank Mahadev, the Adi Parashakti, the Abhirami Devi, keeping both of them in both your eyes. Divide your inner eyes into two parts and simultaneously do the contemplation on both the Nishkalank Mahadev as well as Devi Abhirami. Let us see how we gain today's spiritual experience, to what extent. What we would experience will be known to many of the participants even before they enter into Samyama. After the Samyama is over, you can share your experience, but today's Samyama is going to bring enlightenment for many members in our WhatsApp group and many members in our YouTube group also. Om Sadguru Babaji Namaha. Om Sadguru Babaji Namaha. Om Sadguru Babaji Namaha.